And now, one question and let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's go. Let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to present you here next to me, IFBB Pro League Bodybuilding Wheelchair Chairman, Mr. Nick Scott.
So first up is the wheelchair. So the biggest question is, like, why are they in wheelchairs? But to be judged, this division is just like men's open bodybuilding. They get judged from the waist up. Now, when it comes to wheelchair and disabilities, we all have some sort of disability. One of ours is visible. But to these athletes, it makes a difference in their training, because these three athletes have a spinal cord injury. And some have lower, some is higher, which I'll tell you why in a minute. The higher the injury, that's where you lose sensation. So if it's lower, like T11, they lose sensation from the waist down, but they'll have a six-pack. One athlete is C. It's really high, which he's not a paraplegic, he's a quadriplegic. Quad meaning four, which you'll see in this athlete. He has limited mobility in his hands. You'll see how he grabs his wheelchair, but when he's training, it makes it very difficult. And in spinal cord, they're complete or incomplete. If you have a pencil and you ripped it in half, that's completely broken, so they can't move at all. If you break the pencil and it's kind of hanging on, that's incomplete, which means they may be able to move their legs. I'm an incomplete. But that doesn't matter, because this is the best of the best, the NPC and IFBB Pro League. No excuses. Let's start this show off with comparisons. Gentlemen, to the line. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Nick.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias a todos. How are you all doing out there? This is the EMPRO Classic. We are live from Alicante, Spain. I'm your host, Jay Lakis, and now we'll be taking you through the play-by-play for this show all day. So sit tight, because it's going to be epic. So currently on your screen, we're just kicking things off with the wheelchair division. We've got three competitors today. The moment they're going through their comparisons. And the way this is going to work is they will go back out to their individuals, and then we'll have finals straight after.
102 and 101 switch. Gentlemen, front double bicep. Front lat spread. Side chest.
Okay, so to your left hand of the screen, we've got Will Anthony. We've got Olympian Gabriel Andrelli to the right. And then in the middle of this thing stand, you've got Antonio Matokovic, who took 6th at last year's Olympia. Will Anthony only turned pro just last year. He placed 5th at the Arnold USA and 3rd at the Arnold UK. And then, of course, for those of you who know bodybuilding, Gabriel's been around for a while. He is an Olympian, of course. He's placed as high as 5th there. I think that was last year he was 5th. And he was the previous winner of this show last year. He won the EMPRO Classic, but he went on to win as well, I believe, the ESN British Grand Prix also.
Your favorite most muscular.
So off current observations, you can see I think Antonio is clear standout.
102 and 100 switch.
That being said, our head judge Bill Seville is going to make these guys work. Gabriel now is getting a chance in the middle.
From that spread.
Up until now, for me, Antonio just stands out as somebody who's just got like a little bit more polish, conditioning, and overall density, in particular to the back, which you're going to see once again now when they turn around. Because aside from that, they're pretty evenly matched, I would say, Gabriel and Antonio.
Face the rear, back double bicep.
And this is the shot now. You can see Antonio's got just that little bit more density, a little bit more detail, particularly in the upper rhomboids.
Side tricep.
That being said, Gabriel's got a good side profile, good triceps. Will Anthony also. The abdominal shot. Yeah, Antonio's got good abs too.
Your favorite most muscular. Great job, gentlemen. This concludes prejudging. It's back to you.
What do you think, Alicante? All right, now it's going to get interesting because you got a big question. Why are they in wheelchairs? Well, this first athlete in 2011, he got off work late at night. And when he was driving, he fell asleep at the wheel. He lost control, hit the side of a barrier on the street. He was ejected out of his car, and when he landed on the ground, that impact broke his back and damaged his spinal cord at T11, T12. He's an incomplete paraplegic. Please welcome from Italy, Gabriel Italian Stallion Andrulli.
Come stop the crying, it'll be
So Gabriel Andrulli
just take my hand,
was individual.
I will protect you from all around you.
As I mentioned, he's an Olympian, placed as high as 5th last year. And he's won numerous pro shows. I believe he turned pro all the way back in 2016. So he's a veteran, 10 years as a pro. That being said, he's got stiff competition, and in particular from Antonio Matokovic, who we're going to see shortly. That being said, this is a good version of Gabriel. Would like to see a bit more density, a bit more fullness, particularly in the back, but that's something he can work on.
Give it up for Gabriel Andrulli! So next up, this athlete in 2020, he also fell asleep at the wheel. He does not remember what happened because the accident put him in a coma. But when he woke up, he was paralyzed at C5. He's a C5 incomplete quadriplegic, which means quad impairments in all 4 limbs, including his hands. Please welcome from Spain, Will Anthony.
Will Anthony Vuelta de Tarima, Estoy muy contento para este chico. Él es muy buen tipo. Él ganaba de Caneto de Pro el año pasado. Y como os he dicho, siga de Annual Classic o se invita al Annual Classic y puesta 5 y luego 3-0 en Reino Unido. Pienso que Anthony hace mejores en los hombros, aparte o desde, o sea, la última competencia. Puede ver más detalles en la espalda. Pero bueno, aparte hoy no puedo mantener en el centro de la rima durante las comparaciones. Por eso es más probable él va a llegar en 3-0. Pero él es joven, él tiene potencial. Y puede verte mejor. Enhorabuena. Muy bien, Will.
This last athlete, in 2019, he was on his motorcycle and he entered a turn too quick and he lost control and it slammed him into the side of the rocks. And that impacts what broke his back at T8, T9, T10, and T11. He's a complete paraplegic. Please welcome from Montenegro, Anthony Matovic.
Antonio Markovic. As I mentioned, he placed 6th at last year's Olympia. From Montenegro, as the chairman of the wheelchair bodybuilding, Nick, just announced. For me, he stood out from the beginning. He was in the middle before being switched out with Gabriel. As you can see now in this shot in particular, he's carrying a lot more density, detail, fullness than the other two guys. And that's why I was, kind of leaning towards him, perhaps taking this class today. And booking his place, I think, for the 2026 Olympia, which is in the New Orleans Arena, if I'm not mistaken, this year, in early September. They've moved it now, moved it back, and they moved the dates. So perhaps we will see Antonio there.
This is why you do whatever it takes to
again.
get the job. No excuses. Judges, would you like to see anything else, or are you good? Oh, you heard it from the head judge. Athletes, pose down.
It's my anxiety.
Give it up for your pro wheelchair at the EMPRO Classic. The Pro Wheelchair Division is sponsored by Mutin. Mutin, thank you so much for supporting these athletes and the dream. There's no representative here representing Mutin, but on to the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very, very emotional moment. I'm the first, I was crying. Because, sometimes, oh no, I don't want to go to the gym. Oh no, I'm bored. Oh no, I'm tired. I'm sorry. As Nick said, there are no excuses. So don't tell me you cannot. You're bored. You're not in the mood to go to the gym. Don't do it, because this is the proof. If they can, we can, okay? So put this in your mind. It's only a thing of strength here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we start our awards, I wait for our statistic Matthias that he bring me the scores. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our trophies, our fantastic medals, and the check of $500. The bronze medal will be given by one of our gold sponsor, Dr. Kike Garvey from Garvey Health Team, and our Emilio Martinez. Third place, ladies and gentlemen, of this EMPRO Classic Spain Pro 2026 in men's wheelchair goes to number 101, Will Anthony.
Congratulations to Will Anthony. He takes third, as I suspected. He's a young man, as I mentioned. He's got time. Just needs to go back to the gym, go back to the drawing boards, work, and come back better, which I'm sure he will do. Congratulations to Will.
Congratulations, Will Anthony from Spain. Third place at this EMPRO Classic Spain Pro Show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now let's go on with our second place runner-up and silver medal. The check of $1,000 goes to number 102, Antonio Matkovic from Montenegro.
Okay, so Antonio Matkovic places second, which means that Gabriel Andoroli will once again win this EMPRO Pro Show. It was quite tightly contested. I personally would have leaned with Antonio. I just think he has a little bit more density and roundness, particularly in the back. Yeah, the judges have gone with Gabriel on this occasion. But that being said, I think maybe at the Olympia this gives Antonio Matkovic more fire to come back and improve. He placed 6th last year at the Olympia, 1 place behind Gabriel Andorelli, and so there's a little bit of rivalry going on there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and now check of $2,000. The famous ring, the winner overall ring from Emilio Martinez. The fantastic red belt from the EMPRO Classic Pro Show. And the most important, given by our head judge, Mr. Bill Sevilla, the Olympia invite to the Miss River 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, this night, today, from Italy, Gabriele Andriuli. Congratulations.
Congratulazioni, Gabriel Androlini. Back to the Olympia in style, winning the EMPRO Classic once again.
Gabriele from Italy. All three made an absolute amazing job, but only one can win. Fantastic. Big applause to Will and Anthony. Thank you for being here with us. and bring us this show. Now, Gabriele with Nick Scott. I think they know each other.
I just want to say, Emilio, thank you so much for having the wheelchair. And judges, appreciate you and the fans. But if it wasn't for the NPC and IFBB Pro League, Vice President Tyler Mannion, especially Mr. Jim Mannion, the president, none of this would be possible. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Thank you, Nick. For us, it's a pleasure, an honor to have you here one more time. And we hope to see you back next year. Big applause to Nick Scott. Gracias. Ole, ole. Oh, this was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's go on. Don't forget, we have a big list for today. We will go on now with our women's physique.